Hello, I'm here to check in and let you all know how my week 2 of the Ting Get Tone Challenge went. And I'm currently about to enter week 3. So once again, I'm heading into the second half of this challenge. It feels really good to know that I'm going to have 3 challenges under my belt. And I do actually have a lot to share about this one. Funny, week 2, I didn't see any change in my waist. It's very interesting. I do feel a lot of shifting in my body though. I feel a lot of strengthening happening in my body. My clothes are fitting me differently. I'm feeling really good, like on a physical level. And my athletic performance just continues to improve. I'm like so stoked about that. I really, really am. And I'm seeing the changes in my body. Everything's like, it is getting toned. Like everything is firming up. My silhouette's really coming out. I'm just feeling so much better on that level. So, on a very physical level, just aesthetically, my body, the way it looked when I started this challenge 2 weeks ago looks very different right now. And even though I didn't see anything change in my waist measurement, I maintained it. I do see a different quality in how my body is looking. There's definitely toning happening. The challenge is fulfilling what it promises. But I will say, oh my gosh, this challenge has been challenging on a very different level. It's interesting because there really hasn't been like that cardio component in this challenge. There's not been really any high intensity interval training work, but there has been circuit training style strength training, right? And I have added weights. I'm fully on the weight train this time around. It's made all the difference. It's upped the intensity on a whole other level. And I did, like I shared on the last video, include my own weights. Like on top of certain training days, I integrate deadlifts and squats with an Olympic bar to really just up the intensity. And yeah, that might have been a bit ambitious. I've been so sore, I can't even tell you. But it feels really good, and I know that it's what my body needs right now, and I want to really respect what my body's telling me. That being said, I also noticed that this particular challenge, maybe it's because she didn't include the cardio, she's had us training a lot more days in a row right out the gate than we did with the weight loss challenge. So I know it's a different emphasis, but just because you're not doing cardio and you're doing strength training doesn't mean that it's like any less intense. And I know that in strength training, all the muscle building occurs during recovery time. People don't realize that. And you can't just kind of like keep pounding away at your muscles day after day after day and expect to see that transformation. So I've had to swap the active rest days a little bit because on some of the weeks, well, there's only been 2 so far, but I also like looked forward at what does the rest of the challenge look like looking into week 3, which I'm about to enter on Tuesday, or and week 4. I had a look at what was ahead as well. And I was just like, whoa, we have like 5 or 6 days in a row of strength training with no break. And she does really like to hit the lower body hard, which I appreciate because I like to hit the lower body hard too. That's why I've added, my deadlifts and my squats with the Olympic bar. That being said, doing 2 days in a row or 3 days in a row where you're working your lower body, even if it's not as high of an intensity as the previous workouts, it's a lot. And my muscles have been getting really intensely sore for sure. And I still get the cardio component from the circuit style strength training, so it's been like getting used to a different kind of cardio. But those two things have been very challenging for me with this challenge, dealing with the muscle soreness, because the muscle soreness has gone way up. My body needing a little bit more rest in order to sort of integrate that. And also just that whole like adjusting to the new type of cardio. It's like my body got used to that HIIT cardio. And so to shift the cardio component to be more strength training oriented with the circuit training, and having that circuit training be so heavy, it really did up level things for me and challenge me in a different way. So it's been really good. The challenges have been really good. I've been appreciating that. I've been appreciating the changes it's making and how I'm feeling. I've been appreciating the changes aesthetically and what I see shifting in my silhouette, in my body, the toning that I'm getting. But one thing that I have needed to shift a little bit is those active rest days. And I've been breaking up the active rest a little bit because I've just had to. And at the same time, I don't want to stretch out the challenge longer. I want to stay on target, okay? So I set out on it a certain day, and I want to see it done, at day 28. I want to stick to the challenge. And so that's meant sort of like shifting the training schedule a little bit. I really was sore during week 2, like so incredibly sore. And I had a few days where I didn't get really good sleep because I was up working very late. And because of that, I needed more rest. And I knew I'm tired. There's no way that I'm going to be able to do this high intensity of training for this many days in a row without risking potentially injuring myself. So I switched it up, and I have pretty much moved things to week 2. I took a day off, and then I also moved week 3's day off to be back to back with how I rerouted the active rest day for for week 2, if that makes sense. So basically I gave myself 2 days of active rest back to back, off, instead of splitting them up. And then I worked out on what was normally slated to be the active rest day for week 2. I just changed the order of the workout a little bit, and rerouted it so it could work for me. And that seemed to be good. My body's feeling a lot better today. I just had those 2 days off. I'm going to get back to the workout today. But because I rerouted things, that means that I am going to have a different kind of an exercise schedule. I'm going to be working out for 5 days in a row, and then I'll get another day of active rest. And then it's like finishing it out like really strong for week 4 with 6 days of training in a row. That's to keep me on schedule, to finish it in 28 days. And I'm very determined to do that. And I now know, I've seen like, what are the weak points? What do I need to focus on to make sure that I can hit that goal, stay on target? I know I really need to get my sleep dialed in. I really need to get to bed earlier. I need to get pretty on task with myself about that. It's so important. Working out at this level and not getting enough sleep or getting poor quality sleep does not work. It just wears me out too much. The strength training and that need to be really well rested, it's so important, right? So I'm definitely going to be working on that. I'm working on that. Today I worked on it. I gave myself a little sleep in time, got some extra rest, and I felt really good about that. And I feel better today. So I'm about to get my workout in after I finish this little check-in with you all. But that made a big difference, getting that rest. So I need to focus more on that and sort of unplugging from social media at night, to turn my energy within and get back to that stress management and just, winding my energy down so I actually can get some quality sleep. I tend to get like a second wind at night, and I don't feel that's terribly beneficial for me with doing this level of training, so I'm gonna have to get a little bit more structure in place just in the self-care department in that way. And I think that will help me immensely. So I'm really looking forward to diving into this challenge with really infusing, what I know about Ayurveda and keeping the body in a state of balance and health. And seeing how I can finish out this challenge strong, even with what it's going to call forth in me. I mean, week five. I'm already jumping to week 5. Week 5 is going to be my active rest week. I'm like, I can't wait to get there. I meant to say week 3 is going to be intense. 5 days of strength training in a row, and then week 4, that's 6 days in a row of strength training. It's really going to call forth a lot out of me. So I'm ready to view it almost as like a panchakarma kind of training. I think I'm really going to dive in for the last 2 weeks of this Get Toned challenge and infuse a lot of Ayurvedic self-care in it, and really get really quality sleep, do some gua sha, do some abhyanga, do some salt scrubs, just really take care of my body, go out and connect with nature a bit, and get my energy really, really dialed in. So that's about all I have for the checkout. The check-in. I'm about to check out. I'm about to check out and go change into my training clothes and get to work with today's workout and knocking out what will end up being 5 days of training in a row before I get my active rest for week 3. Okay, so I'm about to dive into that. I don't really have anything else to share. Everything's going really well. I feel really good. I'm really kind of amazed at how much I've been able to move emotionally too with the training, and where I've spotted, certain patterns that I've been transforming. So this whole experience has been a very transformational experience for me. And I'm so glad that, I pursued my curiosity. I was really curious about this whole Chloe Ting challenge thing, and it's been a very beneficial experience for me on every level. I have no complaints. And it's been teaching me a lot, a great deal. It's been such a full circle healing experience. And I'm just really excited to be heading into the second half of this challenge and know that I'm going to knock this one out of the park too, get my active rest, and then I'm hitting that 2-week shred challenge. So I'm trying to get myself in a really good, solid, strong place to take that on, because I've heard that that's the toughest one. All right, but I'm in it to win it. Thanks for dropping in with me and for following me along on my journey. And if you'd like, share, subscribe, pass it on. I really appreciate it. I am going to be moving this series over to the other channel, my other channel, Cobra's Medicine Bag. I feel like this is more in alignment with the work I'm doing there, but I did want to give the subscribers on Broad Coven a window view into who I am, away from the, readers set, and just let you see a little window view into my day-to-day reality, how I work my path, what I'm working on, and all that jazz. But I am going to make this a skip over to Cobra's Medicine Bag for the whole series. I'm actually going to take the whole playlist and bit by bit, I'm going to move it over there. So there will be a point when these won't be up here on Broad Coven anymore. You can find them over there. If you want to know you know, how to find Cobra's Medicine Bag on YouTube, where I'm also going to be doing readings, but the readings are going to be more focused on path work, spirituality, things of this nature, and self-care, healing work. You can find the link to my other channels in the description box of pretty much all the reading videos. Okay, I don't have it in the description box, I don't think, of the Chloe Ting videos. I might. I don't know. I'll have to double check on that. But anyway, yeah. So if you want to see more of this and where I take it, hop on over to Cobra's Medicine Bag. Join me there, and you know, subscribe to that channel so you can stay updated on all the good stuff I'm going to be bringing in there as well. I'm really going to be diving in full force to YouTube land and putting a lot more energy into what I'm creating here. So big thank you to all of you who have been joining me in this journey and sharing in this experience with me. I really appreciate it. Appreciate all the comments, all the encouragement, all the support, and I'll be checking in with you after week 3.